Hi, YouTube. How's everybody? I had a most wonderful day. I spent most of the morning playing my guitar, and it just went pretty good. I'm practicing a song. I'm going to sing it for Doug and put it through. I played it, but he's hard of hearing, so he was in the other room and he said he could hear the tune, but he couldn't hear me. So I'm going to record it and put it through so he can hear me. So, but anyway, um, yeah, thank you to the person that watches me and encouraged me on my guitar playing and said, "You weren't a professional." Oh my God, like, right? What do you call that? What do you call that stuff you do anyway? Where the heck do you get that? Total gift from God. Talented person. And thank you for the late birthday wishes. Yeah, I appreciate it. I really did have a most wonderful birthday. So, um, that brings me to a little bit of something, something. I have a tendency to tell people I like an awful lot. I love you. Well, if I can't offer you some love, can I offer you some insults? No. Well, either way, no. I still like people and I'm not going to stop saying it unless a person absolutely does not want to hear it. I won't say it. It's no problem. But when I say peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, I'm saying this to the people that I actually really care about, and I mean it with all my heart. So, please don't look at me as your average. Don't uh, try not to view me as I'm just saying it like anybody else might say it because that's about as far away from it as you could get it. I guess that's the only I could oh I so badly want to say it in a crude way, but I'm being as nice as I possibly can be. So that's you know, there's nothing I say or do that I would be ashamed of talking to Doug about. So that's I guess that's the way I can put that. And I mean, even if it was like on a slutty side of things, I'd still tell him anyway because that's my personality. But fortunately for me and my friends, I have never operated like that. So, and meet me in person, you would know that. So, but that's okay. Most people, I think people kind of know that anyway. But anyway, um, I actually and literally listened to somebody that reminds me of my adopted dad when he was being kind. And the memory of that is what got me to actually start watching the channel in the first place. And then I found that I actually did like the individual. So, so that's, and I still do. I love you. I love you all. You nice people, I do. So, anyway, that's the truth. Um, okay, I was gonna been thinking about all day. Well, not all day. A video was put through. I think it was either early this morning or about like thawing out the frozen, like helping each other through the coldness and that type of thing, and the ones that are actually in that mindset, not this lovey, love one bullshit. Um, I'm talking about the actual warriors of God out there, putting videos out to help each other through the storm. Those are the ones I'm addressing, you know, or writing to me in my storm. Thank you, thank you. Um, very much appreciated. Um, so pretty much that was what was on my mind. And then then I started singing, and I think some of you older ladies might know this song, but I was thinking about that song, What Do You Get? What do you get when you fall in love? A guy with a pin to burst your bubble. That's what you get for all your trouble. I'll never fall in love again. And then it's Don't Tell Me What It's All About, 'cause I'm been there and I'm glad I'm out of all pain and sorrow, all for at least until tomorrow. I think that's how it goes, but I started humming that when I was, I think, um, oh, I was pouring my horse's water. Yeah, singing that. I have not thought of that song for so long. You know, if I could fall in love again, it would be with Doug, but I don't see that happening until God totally fixes him. I mean, I love him. Um, I like him a few times a day, but that's really not why I'm here anyway. I'm here because God wants me to help him with them. And that may not be a forever thing and probably won't be anyway, but I'll still remain friends. And that was um, when I first met him, I said, I'm on a mission. And he said, so am I. And we both knew what mission we were on. So um, there's that. So, yeah, I've never actually, since I divorced, um, kicked my kids' dad out of the house, um, was not and still am not looking to be very close with anybody. But I can be. It depends on the people. So, and I'm making some really good friends, and I appreciate you, even the ones that really don't understand me. But you will. I asked God, I told Doug, I go, please just, I gotta have God say this so this person stops going out of their mind as far as I'm concerned, because you really don't want to throw away a best friend. You know, that would not be good. I mean, it's whatever, but I mean, I think it would be stupid. But you know, Doug's like, I could love him too if he'd learn how to drive that. What did he say? Tana Wanda Corvette motor, or it's made in marine something something. Oh, anyway. So yeah. So anyway, and yeah, I'm about the most honest person you'll ever meet in your life, or the most. You know, it's brutal. Even for myself, it's brutal, but it is. It is what it is. So, did I say I hope you're doing all well? And I'm getting calluses on my fingers from my guitar. Yay! Probably not good, but um, Lionel said he puts super glue on there. And I told Doug, I said, I think I'll get some of that stuff called New Skin or the liquid band aid, because I don't want to, I'm allergic to adhesives, and I don't want to be putting that on, even though it would wear off, I think, the New Skin. But right now they're not hurting too bad. It's, um, even the nylon strings, I'm allergic to them, and I'm allergic to the metal ones, but I love to play. So, and it was almost like a couple of songs I played today. I played about 8 or 10 of them, something like that. And a couple of them that I played, it was like I almost felt like my old self again. So I'm like getting back there. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, that's how you do that chord, and oh yeah, that's the C note, that's the D. I always know G because that's how I tune my guitar starting out, with the G note. So, and by ear. I used to have a pitch pipe, is what it was called, for tuning my guitar, but Oh, I think that's one of the ones that got taken when my guitar got taken. But and then I tried an electronic one about maybe 10 years ago when I was playing, and it just didn't sound right. So I tuned it by ear, and then it was like all right. So yeah, I can still do it by ear. Or actually, there's a way with through the chords and the notes that you can tune if you start with your thicker one, your G on top, and then tune your way down um, with the frets using the notes. So I used to do it like that too, but that I kind of a little bit forgot how to do. I'm sure there's a lesson online for all that too, but yeah. And another thing I'd like to learn how to play before I drop dead would be the piano. I play a little bit. I had a organ in my room and a pump organ in my grandpa's house next door, and always in church we had like two pianos there, and my aunt's house and stuff they had pianos. I was always playing them, but I was never took any lessons on it. So it's like, well, and I guess it's the same fingering as the flute, um, and the same music that would I would play for that, but I can't see it. Kinda I can and kinda I can't. So maybe someday I might even take a couple lessons just to play. I got a keyboard. It's like, well, and I pull it out every once in a while and play the few songs I do know, like a little bit of Heart and Soul and some hymns and Christmas songs, um, you know, simple ones like that. So, yeah. But yeah, yeah, it makes me happy making music. I love it. Always have. In my school when I was growing up, we were encouraged to try every instrument that they had. They even had a singing bowl. They had brass. They had maracas and triangles and cymbals and big cymbals, little cymbals, every kind of drums and instruments, all of it. Um, so we could try what we wanted before. And then when I got in junior high school, we had amplifiers and guitars and yeah. So one of my first boyfriends was a guitar player in our band. We had such a cool band back then. It was really neat. We rocked. We played Chicago tunes and uh, like War, Crew. Yeah, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, yo. Um, we would play that, and oh, even our band leader got up there and sang. I think it was "You Light Up My Life" or something. I can't remember. He was singing it like to his wife, but it was really funky because the bastard had hit on me like a couple weeks before that, and um then he tried it again, and I literally walked out of class, and he said, "Well, if you don't want to play, then you'll have to sit there in the auditorium." So I'd sit behind him and I'd do like this while he was doing like that, and everybody'd start kind of cracking up, and then he'd turn around and look, and I'd just be sitting there looking at him, and the war was on because he did me wrong, you know. So it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know. So I've been kind of against that type of crap all my life. It's nothing new. Not nothing new. So, yeah. So the only thing new in my life literally is communicating with everybody in the world now. Whereas I was way seclusive a long time ago. Of course, we didn't have the internet anyway, but I did limited. But even if I had, I wouldn't have communicated. But now there's a reason why I have to say a lot of things that I got to say and help people. And, you know. Oh, and that reminds me of something too. Um, oh no, I'll leave it on another time. I was going to speak about body image and uh, the industry, the way it makes people feel and all that. But it's like, nah, I'll leave that be because um, I'm just a firm believer. If you're my friend and you're likable, you're probably cute as all get out anyway because that's just the way God made you. And you shine from the inside out. So it's like, yeah, well. So, yeah, I'll just sleep. I will speak on that. I got a lot to say on that, but I'll put it in another video, you know. So, but let's see. Oh, trying to think of what else I was going to talk about. Oh, yeah. I think the order of Robin was talking about the president if he got shot and Obama coming, and I think being he was a two-term president, he's not allowed to sit as an acting president ever again. It would be Pence, and then it would be I do believe Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. God forbid if it isn't the vice president. So yeah, because just because if the president um messed up doesn't mean that his running mate, our um, vice president, is in the same ball of wax, although he is weaker and he would be more to the far left, like the rest of weirdos out there, believing in all their immoral crap that is tearing the fabric of America apart and the rest of the world with families and um, everything else. you know, oh, gee. That was a mouthful. Because the feeling behind it, it's just like I heard somebody else speaking today when he started talking about babies being eaten and the blood pressure issue when you spit something like that out and the thoughts, especially if you've been through, if they tried to MK Ultra and it didn't work because God was taking care of you. And that's exactly who this person is. And we had a lot of the same um, I want to say training, but that isn't the right word. Guidance from God. We had a lot of the same guidance from God. Belief that not only there a higher power, but the higher power's name has a name. It's God. You know, and believes in the Christ and knows about the division and understands the different levels of human capabilities and that type of thing, which I really appreciate. And everybody will get it. It's not that they won't. It's just, like I say, it's going to take some way longer, way longer. I mean, going into this, I literally knew that. I mean, okay, parents out there, what if God told you, I'm going to give you two children to raise that are mine, but I'm going to let you raise these children for me? But then you're not going to be able to see them for about 200 million years until their soul is clean to walk into my house. What would you think about that? Do you think any mother in her right mind, or left mind for that matter, would say, oh, it sounds good to me? What if you didn't have a choice and that's the only way that you could insert yourself in society to help everybody else, then if that's who you were and that's what you did, that's what you be doing, that's what you do. That's what I did. So, and my kids know it too. They know exactly who they serve and who I serve. It's not that they don't believe in God, because they know full well there's God. You know, they never did not believe. You know, they just didn't follow His wishes entirely. So makes a huge separation um, of the soul. It's not something that's instantly fixable. It really is not, and I wish it was. I'm more than anybody probably have more sorrow about that issue, probably more than anybody you know. That's the truth right there. And if I started crying about it, I probably wouldn't stop. But these are the hard, cold facts of the times we're living in and the sickness. So, yeah, people will start learning immediately. Yes, they will. It'll take them just as long to evolve into the decency of Christ as it did the millenniums and of hundreds of thousands of years that it took God to teach Christ all of His self. You know, if you see what I mean, it's like teaching your child um, things that took hundreds and thousands of years to create and do and make and think and um of course and put into place. Of course, it's like kind of too, this is a plus. Like once you do something, um it's like the first time you use a lighter, you might be kind of fumbly, so like the second or third time you do it, it's a little easier. It's a little easier every time you do it, and then you can do it with your eyes closed. Um, but for some people, it's still going to be like using that lighter for the first time. And so they're kind of not as advanced. Doesn't mean that they're not good deep down inside. It's just that it's way deep down inside. And the people that are literally at the point of thawing the ice, breaking the ice for other people and helping other people like that, um, pushing that narcissistic crap back and not allowing it. Those are the people that literally are moving forward. Um, some people aren't meant to move forward. I believe some people's souls are meant to literally guide um, people, souls that of the fallen, that need that help, that deserve that help, that are literally trying or screaming on the inside. Yeah, I believe there's people that will be doing that. So that's my beliefs, and I'm sticking with it. So, well, I'm gonna let you go. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.